And we're good. Okay. Hello, everyone. Once again, Michael the Comic Nerd here. Once again this week, I'm tired. It's been day after Christmas. We're both tired.
Yep.
So, anyway, we just got out of American Hustle. We meant to say this one sooner, but of course, shit came up, as they usually do. And as always, we have to delay it for as long as humanly possible. So we're seeing it now, and I thought this movie was kind of a mindfuck. Mostly because of the pacing.
Yeah.
But overall, I still thought it was still a very good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'm a David O. Russell fan. I haven't seen too much of his work. I really like The Fighter. I thought it was a great movie.
I've seen everything of his except for I Heart Huckabees, which I heard was his weakest film. So
what else has he done? I'm trying to remember.
Three Kings, I Heart Huckabees, as you said, The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I knew I'd seen at least one other movie that I really liked.
Yeah.
That was Silver Linings Playbook.
I know there's one more I'm missing off the top of my head, but
either way.
Yeah, he generally does a really good job in his movies.
Yeah, so this one's no exception. So this one's still really a solid movie with the kind of great performances.
Yeah.
And you kind of notice that David O. Russell kind of reuses a lot of his actors, kind of like the Coen brothers and like.
He kind of like switches off in terms of who they reuse though. Like, now it seems like Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, and
Jennifer Lawrence.
And Christian Bale are probably the new golden actors.
Yeah, I mean, well, just Jennifer Lawrence in Silver Linings Playbook too. Let's not forget that.
And Christian Bale was in The Fighter.
Yeah, of course.
And Robert De Niro.
Well, I mean, Christian Bale has a way of like completely transforming himself for David O. Russell movies. Like he actually tries more than he does like any other movie he does.
Yeah, let's see if he wins him another Oscar finally.
Yeah. Well, he won an Oscar for The Fighter, didn't he?
Well, that's why I said another.
Oh, gotcha. But in this one, in The Fighter, he was a scrawny little drug addict. Here he's like the big fat con man, which is just kind of depressing. When the opening scene, when you see him shirtless.
Also, balding big fat con man.
Balding big fat con man. It's like, oh, Bale.
Well, like put on a steel wool rag on his head to like help set up his hair.
I'm wondering, did he actually get fat for this role, or was that prosthetics?
He probably actually gained some weight for that.
I would imagine he would, because he's that kind of actor. But at the same time, if it was prosthetics, it was pretty convincing prosthetics.
Yeah, that was pretty real.
It looked pretty real. Like, oh, Batman, what happened?
I am Fat Man!
Anyway. So like this movie, like this is the first movie I've seen like all year, and as people know, I've seen a lot of movies this year where I like really had to focus hard to keep track of the story because it goes so many different places so fast.
Yeah.
There were times I was like, "Whoa, wait, what's happening? I'm confused." Like he wants to screw over this guy and this guy, it's all over the place. I mean, it works. But you have to really focus to keep track of it.
You know, funny thing is, I left like 2 times. I had no problem keeping track of everything.
Well, maybe it was just me then. I don't know. I mean, my mind has been slowly melted by Movie 43 and Grown Ups 2 and Smurfs 2 and every piece of shit movie I've had to see this year.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, as you said, things did kind of go all over the place. Like, it did definitely lose its focus every now and then, but...
It's like, this is one of the reviews, I'm not going to focus too much on the story because I'd be here all night.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to kind of just very briefly go over this stuff so you kind of know what's going on. Basically what happens is Amy Adams, love Amy Adams, by the way, I think she's a great actress, and she's actually really fucking sexy in this. But,
yeah, those 70s outfits really helped. They worked well for her.
Well, it's Amy Adams. I don't care how old she gets. She's still going to, well, I mean, maybe not when she gets like Betty White old, but you know. You know what? Maybe I'll be open-minded by then. I don't know. Anyway. That went to really interesting territory really fast. So anyway, they're both con men, and Christian Bale's married to Jennifer Lawrence, who's really just the trashy redneck housewife, pretty much.
Yeah, except the Eastern equivalent.
Yeah, pretty much. And basically, they're con men who keep have this fake loaning company which they keep busting people for money up until they get arrested by Bradley Cooper, who's was he FBI agent?
FBI, yeah.
Okay, he was FBI. And by the way, just on a side note, really, really glad to see Bradley Cooper really coming into his own as an actor. Like, he's really escaped, like, the shadow of the Hangover series and all that stuff. He's really coming into his own. I'm really glad to see that because I really like him. Like, he's great in Silver Linings Playbook. He's fucking fantastic in this. So, just on a side note, and he's playing Rocket Raccoon next year. So
yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be a shift. Anyway, so basically he says, "Okay, I'm willing to let you guys go, but you gotta help me teach me how to get these other con men."
Yeah.
Basically, or get the not so much con men so much as the people who buy like the forgeries and all that stuff that they make up. So he starts teaching them, and then he realizes, oh wait, we can go for politicians too, and then it becomes into getting the mayor, then he gets getting congressman, then he gets a senator, and then he gets a mafia, and then he gets the mafia, and it just goes all over the place really fast. And that's where I'm gonna stop describing it because it gets really fucking confusing if I go any further.
Well, I think just in terms of the general overarching thing, like it all made sense because it was just the idea of like this guy going for things, you know, that were.
No, I mean it works in connection with the story. My point is there's a lot to the story.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go over all of it. Just go see the movie if you want. Yeah. But it's one of those things. It's one movie that takes a long time to describe what's really happening, or at least what happens throughout the entire movie. I can explain the setup, but the movie it takes a lot of twists and turns and all that stuff. I mean, it all works. It works really, really well. Like, it's helped with the fact that it's all stellar cast, even if Robert De Niro makes like a cameo, basically.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know he was in this!
And then he was gone. He was like, hi, I'm Robert De Niro. Bye, I'm Robert De Niro. But where do we really go to start with this one? It's kind of hard to talk about, isn't it?
Well, let's start off with, stylistically, I think it was, you know, just very well written and directed.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people are kind of comparing it to, like, you know, Goodfellas in terms of, like...
I can see that comparison.
Yeah.
Although I would say maybe not quite stylistically done as Goodfellas.
Yeah. It definitely had a Scorsese feel to it in terms of, like, just the vibe, the environment.
Talk about Scorsese, we just got The Wolf of the Wall Street.
Yeah. And also just, like, the way they use the narration and music choices, just, like, it all reminded me of, like, Goodfellas, Mean Streets...
I mean, it's a very good period piece. For starters, like everything looks vintage 70s.
Yeah, because this is big. Because as the opening title, some of these events are true.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny way to open it, by the way. It's almost like in Painting Game where you had that one part that said, "Yes, this actually happened."
Still based on a true story.
That was it. Anyway.
Oh.
But it's just. I mean, it's like you're right, just very well-defined characters, and you got like these just amazing. They're going to be legendary actors, I think, in the future. Like, even as Louis C.K. is in this movie
as Bradley Cooper's superior,
which we were both like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Yeah,
because I didn't know he was in this, and of course, I'm a recently converted Louis fan. If you watched my last video that I just released earlier this week,
it was kind of funny just showing how like how. He was like the only normal person in this.
Pretty much, everyone in this movie is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like
I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's like the only one who even had some sanity to him was Christian Bale's character, Irving.
Even then, he's still pretty wacky himself.
Yeah. Well, it's more like it's like the odd thing was like how the criminals are like normal compared to like a lot of the. You know, these FBI guys, like...
Yeah, which I guess was the point. Like, the FBI... Well, of course, Bradley Cooper's character and the head FBI guy, who I forget his name is.
Yeah, I can't remember. Just... It's like, there's someone like... a lot of these people had, like, some weird quirks to them, you know, but... it was like... Louis C.K. was the only normal one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Amy Adams and Christian Bale, they were... kinda normal. Like
I would say Robert De Niro is probably the second closest to normal.
Well, we can't count a cameo. It's like he's just there for 5 seconds. Like it's hard to judge.
But but at the same time, it's still Robert De Niro, and he changes up the game, kind of.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a very tense scene.
Yeah. Either way, it's like they do make sure these characters are diverse. You know, they're pretty well developed, even if what was it? The one complaint was like the whole idea, like how the women were, none of them were really made to be appealing. Although it's like
I would disagree. I mean, Amy Adams is meant to be pretty appealing
for kind of the wrong reasons. I mean, it's like,
but still appealing.
Because I mean, it's like I understand what they get up at the same time. It's like no one was really necessarily appealing except for ironically Carmine, played by James Rayner, or Jeremy Rayner. Who was like. Yeah, it's like you kind of build him up to be like this huge corrupt guy, in the trailers, and you see him, he's just like, yeah, he's doing some corrupt things, but it's like, he really is doing it for like the best interest of the people. Like he really did have like the interest of the many in mind.
No, I agree. I'm sorry, go ahead and finish. Yeah. I don't want to interrupt.
But it's like, it was really interesting, just like how they made, really, it's like the villainous people here were like, in essence, or the main antagonist ended up being Bradley Cooper.
Well, I think one thing that the movie's kind of going for is that it's kind of mentioned kind of a throwaway line in the movie is that nothing is really black and white. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like I love they did a great job of actually emphasizing.
Yeah,
this.
I definitely agree with that. Like, Like I said, basically with Image all the congressmen and like Carmine, who's, by the way, great job by Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
I thought he did a fantastic job with this. It's very, I honestly, one thing that kind of bugged me about his character, I almost thought he was too perfect. He's kind of one of those characters that, aside from like the mob thing, he's like the world's best human being.
Yeah.
Like even Oprah saying, "I will give my show to you."
Yeah. It kind of sounds like that new mayor of New York. It was like Bill de Blasio.
I don't know.
Okay, basically. Okay, I'll talk to you about that later. Basically, the skinny of it is Democrat with former lesbian black wife and interracial children.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, and it's like, yeah, Jeremy Renner's character, like Mayor Carmine, actually had an adopted black son.
It's basically,
and like amidst this huge happy family, it's.
I'm pretty sure Jesus came down and said, "Dude, keep it up," and then went back up.
Pretty much.
Either way, he's just that perfect human being. That it kind of irritates, not that much, just like it's a little nitpick complaint. I will be the first to admit, but I mean, granted, he still beats the crap out of Christian Bale later, so I guess not entirely perfect, but still.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like Bradley Cooper in particular. I thought just did this was kind of character, kind of the gradual overarching storyline.
Like it was that whole getting drunk with power thing.
Yeah,
or like getting not drunk with power, but like over-aggrandizing.
Yeah, like that, like Christian Bale, like he was still kind of pretty consistent character throughout the entire movie.
Yeah,
he was
like,
always kind of the calm man who just kind of wanted to get out.
Yeah, it's like he wanted to, to play it safe, and, at the same time, it did screw him over for a while, but, like, eventually it's like,
but he still gets the happy ending.
Pretty much.
So at the same time, it's like, does Christian Bale really ever learn anything except don't do that again? Pretty much. It's like, what was that ending to Burn After Reading, where it's like, well, I guess we'll learn not to do it again.
Yeah.
I don't know what we did.
And it's like, what did we learn from this? I have no idea. I don't know if we ever will.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's like, Amy Adams, same kind of thing, doesn't, like, maybe a little bit more of a character arc for her, but Bradley Cooper's the one who really gets the overarching story of where he, like, where he starts and where he ends are two entirely different places.
Yeah.
Like, he starts as kind of the ambitious guy who just wants to make a name for himself, but he gets increasingly more ambitious until he just completely loses his mind towards the third act without giving anything away. But at that scene, I was like, there's many scenes in the scene where you're just like, Jesus.
Yeah. It's like,
can I, like, breathe for a couple seconds?
Yeah.
Because, like, there was, like, granted, my eyes were glued to the screen for the entire, like, over 2 hours the movie is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, wow, can you, like, give me a second to, like, catch my breath before you throw some more insane crap my way?
Yeah.
Like, with Jennifer Lawrence just out of nowhere making out with Amy Adams, which, of course, is going to go, Oscar. Give him all the Oscars in the world.
Yeah.
But, also known as Black Swan Syndrome. Sorry, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm still trying to, like, process that. Like, it was definitely, a huge spite thing. But
yeah, it definitely was.
It's like, I don't know why it was that in particular. Probably just a way to play it off, make it look like they were,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just basically showing how completely insane your character is.
Yeah.
Basically, all the characters are freaking insane, except, again, for Louis C.K.
Yeah.
And maybe Robert De Niro, with his 5-second cameo. That's only because he only had a 5-second cameo that he remained, like, one of the sane people in the movie.
Yeah.
But even then, like, the scene where he pops in was kind of just very much like a, oh, shit moment. Because what happens is they have this guy they called the Shriek. Was it called the Shriek? Or is it Shrike? Like the liaison, the fake...
Sheik.
Sheik, yeah, it was Sheik. Basically, have everyone convinced that this is a guy that has all, like, these millions and millions of dollars that he's willing to, like, donate to these things. And he meets with Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro plays, like, one of the head mobsters, basically, and immediately knows something is wrong. Like, instantly sees through Christian Bale. Like, I mean, give Robert De Niro credit. It's only a 5-second role, but he makes an impact.
Yeah.
So, and then basically it just immediately calls him out on his crap. Basically says, like, this deal better be real. And then he starts speaking Arabic to this guy who's really Mexican.
Yeah.
And knows, like, 3 phrases. So
yeah. One of them was overdubbed.
that's right. I forgot about that.
It just like... I thought it was really, it seemed like these lines that just did not sync up with this guy's lips.
Granted, it's Arabic, so there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
But, that sounded horribly racist. I'm gonna burn in hell.
Oh, speaking of which, what was the other line? App scam, Arab scam? I think that's racist. What do you care? You're Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was just such a gem.
There's a lot of really funny lines in this movie.
Yeah.
The movie itself is actually, despite the dramatic elements, is really funny.
Yeah, well, it is meant to be mostly a comedy. like dramatic elements.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
like was the whole thing about the idea of like him getting divorced just like it's like some like emotionally tearing at him what he's gonna do, then just like I don't know, or the wife, sorry, spoiler, just I think we should have a divorce. Okay.
Like there's like the part.
It's like I know it's hard. Yeah, okay.
But we need to think about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jennifer Lawrence is like, I'm not sure, like, the way she played it off, I, like, on almost any other instance, I would not have liked that character, but she just found a way to, like, make it...
It's like, I have not seen a movie with Jennifer Lawrence in it that I haven't at least liked her in it.
Yeah.
Like, at the same time, it also gives me second thoughts about dating Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, everybody wants to date her.
Yeah, but look at the results. At the same time, it's like, is it worth the risk? Probably, but maybe not. It gives me a pause. Anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, overall, it just... Again, there's not much I can really talk about. Like, I haven't explained the whole fucking story.
Yeah.
So overall, I would just say, yeah, it's a very well thought out, very well written, very well put together movie. It's entirely dialogue driven. From the beginning to end, the movie is entirely different by dialogue.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I am kind of curious how much they changed compared to the actual like scandal.
Mm.
But like, yeah, this is definitely one of those instances where like whatever changes they made, I'm sure it was good and. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it was like near perfect, but it was definitely a really well done movie.
I agree. I mean, there were some parts that bugged me. Like, I thought the pacing was kind of all over the place a little bit. Not to the point where it was really distracting, but enough that I really had to focus to keep up.
Yeah.
And I thought, and I usually don't complain about these kind of things, but I thought the ending was too happy.
Yeah.
You think so?
It also kind of happened out of nowhere. It's just
I felt that way too.
I expected like some grand like scheme, and instead it just kind of, yes, this happened. It's like,
I kind of like the end result scheme. My problem was like the very, very end where it's like everything just worked out okay.
Yeah.
Where I was like, that doesn't feel like it was an ending that fit the story that was being told. I don't know. I felt like it was almost too like tying a neat bow on it.
As I said, it's mostly probably what happened in real life.
Except for one thing. There's one loose plot hole.
What?
We never got to hear the end of the ice fishing story.
Well, that was the point. It's the idea that there's these people that are trying to help Cooper's character, but it's just like he's so eager to jump the gun that just like to do so would be absolutely foolish.
To give a little background, we're talking about Louis C.K. Constantly tries to tell Bradley Cooper this ice fishing story, like give a grand moral to why he's doing is wrong. But Bradley Cooper interrupts him like a quarter of the way through and tries to end it for him. Basically,
every time it's like first off he thinks like his brother died because he wanted to go ice fishing early.
And then he thought it was protecting from his father because his father came out with a lantern. And then towards it's like, oh, your brother died. It's like, my brother died. Oh, he died in the ice fishing. That's how it ends, right?
No, he died several years later from something else.
So I'm like, so what happened? And that's why, that's the big tragedy here. So we never get him the Louis C.K.'s ice fishing story. Maybe season 5 of Louis will cover that for me. Finally satisfy my curiosity.
God, I'm trying to think. But yeah, it's like, they definitely made you feel something for every one of these characters. Like, even, like, some of the mobsters weren't entirely bad people.
No, not necessarily.
Like, let me put it this way. It's like, you definitely actually didn't want to hate them, per se. Like, even if they do... Like, what was the eventual... one of the things it ends with is Jennifer Lawrence getting hitched with a mobster that nearly kills Christian Bale's character.
Which was a fucking hilarious scene in the bedroom when they were talking that out, by the way.
Yeah.
When comes all pissed, like, they just tried to fucking kill me. And then after it turns out he gets a plan because he was about to get killed, it's like, see how it's trying to incentivize you. Because she got, like, a thick Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
and everyone in the audience is just like,
it's like I'm sure that was BS, but it's just like because throughout the thing, like she says things like that. Like what was it when Carmine, like after he becomes friends with Bale's character, he gives him a brand new microwave.
Oh yeah, and says don't put metal in it.
Yeah, and what does Jennifer Lawrence do?
It's like don't put fucking metal in it.
Yeah, it blows. And just.
And the kid's like, oh no, another fire! He goes, no, get the big one. The little one's empty. Yeah.
But no, what was the line she said? It's like I was like, so why are you mad at me for? I destroyed something that sucks up the nutrients out of food and explodes. Good for me.
Yeah,
it's like she's a narcissist, but it's so damn funny.
Because it's Jennifer Lawrence. She pulls it off. She should not be able to pull this off, but she pulled this off, and it works. It works way better than it should. And like a lot of this stuff works probably better than, quite frankly, it should, because it just has such a huge A-list cast. And it's like all these just fantastic actors that can pull this shit off. Even Louis C.K. being the rational guy does a pretty good job with what he's given.
Like the only people I couldn't really remember their names are the fake sheiks. Because I remember the first one who actually was Arabic was.
Well, he was like what was he, Portuguese or something like that?
No. He actually, the first guy was Arabic, then the second guy was Mexican.
Oh, the second guy actually was Arabic.
Because the guy I remember was, he was in the first G.I. Joe movie as like a tech specialist, and the freaking Vantage Point movie as the terrorist. And the second guy
typecasting.
Yeah. And the second guy I never seem to remember what the heck he's in.
Neither do I. I don't think I've even seen, his face doesn't ring a bell for me. I'm sure I've seen him in some bit parts, but either way, it's not like hugely important. Who played Carmine's wife, anyway? I was trying to remember that.
I can't remember. She was another, like, big name that just, like, or another person like you see, but don't ever really remember.
And him with his fucking Brady Bunch.
Here's a story about a man named Irving. We started out a big con with a cow. Then he involved some guy's name was Carmine. That's how he broke up the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch is going to jail. The Brady Bunch. It was a real fail. That's how Irving destroyed the Brady Bunch.
I'm actually surprised you kept that out for as long as you did. I was like, all right, come on, fucker. Let's see how far you can take this. We have fun here. Oh, God. Going through all these footages to find, like, the best moments. It's going to be such a pain in the ass. 3 weeks later, I can't keep doing this. Every episode's 30 fucking minutes long. Where my own format destroys me. Anyway. Do we have anything else to say about the movie that wouldn't give away spoilers?
Well, we already gave away a lot of spoilers.
Well, I mean, like, without going over everything.
Probably not.
Okay, so let's probably just stop there then.
Yeah. It's just, needless to say, like, just really good direction, sharp writing, even if the characters aren't necessarily likable, they're extremely interesting. Like, you just... and so I think our only major complaint was, like, some of the pacing issues that kind of, like, threw the story around.
Mostly when it started involving, like, politicians and congressmen and stuff like that. Yeah. That's kind of when it kind of lost me. That's when I had to, like, wait, do, like, a double take. And, like, have my brains go, hold up a minute! You know, okay, we're good. All right. But, I don't know what that was, by the way. But yeah, I'd say it's very well written. The characters are well defined. It's played by soon to be, if not already, legendary actors, in my opinion. It's incredibly well acted. It's very well written. It has some pacing issues. I thought the ending was too perfect. But other than that, like,
for me, it wasn't necessarily perfect. It was just anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's another good word for it, anticlimactic. For me, it was like they get that happy house with the little boy, and then they quit the con already. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Either way, go see the movie for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, it's happened 3 times in a row I've done this, and it's like some form of headlights or some horrible shit is shining in my face at some point during filming these. Anyway. So that's pretty much all I have to say in the movie, at least until final thoughts. So let's go over the trailers. I don't even remember the first...
I thought those were our final thoughts.
Well, yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's Christmas was just yesterday's food highs and all that stuff.
Yeah. So this is Christmas, and what have you done? We saw American Hustle.
Hey, I watched Die Hard last night. That's how I celebrated my Christmas. Fucking Die Hard!
Die Hard or Die Hard 2?
I gotta go see that. I gotta watch that one tonight and start writing that script.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So anyway, yeah, first trailer was...
I don't remember what this one was. Winter's Tale?
Yeah, it was the Colin Farrell one where...
Oh, yeah, where suddenly he's like, goes forward in time for reasons.
Yeah, I think it was just like he just like didn't age at all or
something. I don't know. They're going for like a Ra's al Ghul thing or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Either way, it's like I got a really bad time traveler's wife vibe, so it kind of worries me.
Yeah,
I mean, that's Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't think she's a good actress, but, you know, good to see her still working.
No, I think she does a pretty good job usually.
I don't know, but movies I've seen her in, she's been very monotone. So, like,
Fair enough.
the movies I really seen her in of recognition are the Hulk and The Day the Earth Stood Still. So
I thought she was fine. Incredible Hulk didn't even bother with her. Stood still. Watch Dark City though.
Wait, which one's Dark City?
Kind of a psycho noir thing.
Oh, okay. I was thinking something entirely different.
Yeah. But anyway.
It could be good, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not counting on it.
It's like, I can't remember. Maybe they mentioned some like Academy Award winning director or writer or something like that. I was like, I never even heard of this person. I'm gonna have to look up this crap later.
Man, I like Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's really good. I mean, I just saw him in Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh right, he's like one of those brothers, right?
No, he plays the main character's dad, like in the flashback sequences.
Oh, he plays Disney's dad?
No, he plays
don't say anything. Okay, I got an idea what you're talking about.
He's the author's.
Right. Now I remember.
Yeah. But he did a great job on that movie. He was fantastic on that movie. So I was like, Colin Farrell can carry a movie. Yeah. I think so, when he picks good movies.
It only took him about 20 years to get to that stage.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah. Let me see.
Next one we got was Jack Ryan. I've gone this trailer like 5 times now, so I don't have anything to say about it.
Yeah, same here. We were talking about it last time.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it mostly because it's a Kenneth Branagh movie, and I can't remember who the writer was. Remember that kind of gave me some hope too.
I don't know. For me, it looks kind of like a generic action spy movie. So it could be good, it could be bad. I don't know.
Tom Clancy.
Yeah. So and it's 5,000.
May he rest in peace. Maybe I don't know.
I'm not Catholic. I don't know why I do that.
I don't know. Me, I just don't care.
Fair enough. Next one. Again, I've talked about this one before, which I call Stockholm Syndrome, which is Labor Day.
That I did not see actually.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Because I don't know.
Well, it's not Stockholm Syndrome. It's more like they actually offered to help him, and it's like he...
Well, yeah, but she's under the impression, basically, that she's going to do something. He's going to do something if she doesn't help him. Or at least at first.
No, Stockholm Syndrome is gaining... No, it's... Well, basically, yeah. Because that's gaining sympathy with your captor. Unfortunately, it's more like... They weren't really captured to begin with. But,
I think the one thing we both had... There's a part where in the trailer where he like, spoons from the back, and they start... playing with the peaches.
Oh, my love, my darling.
And all I can think of was Community, where the guy in the pottery class is like, if anyone starts ghosting here, I will end you. If I hear one syllable from that song, I will come after you with every part of me. Like,
I forgot about that moment.
It's like, I don't care if it's the girl on guy or guy on girl or the ironic guy on guy. I will end you. What's worse, that we both know it's from Ghost, or we both knew the song.
Well, dude, I mean, okay, that was one thing I forgot to mention about American Hustle, but that should describe my musical taste. I usually like things from 60s and 70s, so...
Oh, well, I mean, this movie a great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Including Live and Let Die, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. With strange, like, lip syncing by Jennifer Lawrence.
While cleaning and beat to the music.
Yeah, I was like, not quite how I envisioned this classic. Fucking crazy woman.
Yeah. Okay, back to the other trailer then.
Last one we got was Lone Survivor, which is the Army one, but, like, basically 4 guys against the Army, pretty much.
It's 4, was it Marines or Navy SEALs?
I'm pretty sure Marines.
Yeah. But yeah, basically they're in Afghanistan. It's basically, supposed to be based on a true story in which they try to assassinate someone. Unfortunately, by trying to do the morally right thing of not killing someone who was a witness, okay, I probably shouldn't say unfortunately. It was definitely like, I probably would have done the same thing. But it's just like, because they decided to be, the good guys, it ends up getting them in trouble.
Yeah,
in which all of Afghanistan wants to kill them.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the story of survival, of standing together, and blah, blah, blah. Like we are the strongest, we stand as one, and all that cliche nonsense. But
we are army, we are one.
Yep, pretty much. And thousands of cliche.
Damn it! Sorry, to any Marines. Sorry, I just...
The few, the proud.
Yeah,
Marines.
It's just, I don't know. We are armies sounded better... had a better ring to it than we are Marines.
Yeah.
We are Marines!
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
Alright. But either way, I don't know. It could be decent.
Yeah. I've heard some decent things about it, but yeah, it's like, the one thing that I'm getting the vibe from that I've basically been hearing from everyone is that it focuses more on, like, saying, giving reference to the military instead of, like, trying to be a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of movies basically trying to pump up the Army as much as humanly can. America!
Fun fact! This from the director of The Kingdom and Battleship.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
Well, to be fair, there's no way you can make Battleship a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, there was just no way.
Yeah, so that
there was no way.
So that wasn't gonna happen no matter what. But yeah. Last thing I have to say is that deal with that later. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, is that, by the way, just a little side note. Bradley Cooper and Amy Adams, very interesting scenes. And that is like, I feel a little turned on, but I feel weird about that.
Well, that was more than I wanted to know.
Oh, like we haven't overshared before. At least not ghosting.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Oh, my love, my darling.
Sorry, it's just
Turning off.
one of those interesting. No, just one of those interesting scenes you're talking about was when they're in the bathroom.
Oh God, the bathroom.
And I'm just now imagining that song playing over what he first did. Oh my love, my darling.
Oh God. But like, I can feel like the little kid in me going, should I be watching this? I don't know. I was like, I need an adult.
Oh God. Oh, I'm getting a headache from laughing too hard. Oh, that absolutely ruined that scene. Oh.
Me. Anyway, watch the Hobbit review.
All right, y'all have a good night, and we hope you enjoyed this movie if and when you see it.
Yeah, we got the movies to catch up on. We got 47 Ronin, we got Grudge Match, and the one we're probably going to see next is The Wolf of Wall Street. So we'll see you on one of those three. Bye-bye.